Welcome to the 24th episode of Season Tickets. I'm Michael.
And I'm Max.
The Fairview basketball teams open their season on Friday versus Rocky River at Rocky River. And our debate for this episode is, can Ohio State still be a playoff threat after J.T. Barrett is out for the season in their win versus Michigan on Saturday? Max, what do you think?
Even if they beat Wisconsin Saturday, I still don't think so. Because, voters probably aren't going to put a third-string quarterback who's started one game up against, like a Bama or a Florida State or even Oregon.
And for Ohio State, their big thing was, look at how much J.T. Barrett has grown from their second game versus Virginia Tech. Well, Cardale Jones' second game would be in the first game of the playoff, and that team's going to be a whole lot better than Virginia Tech, and on the road, that's just not going to go well for Ohio State. I think they have no chance of winning the national title with this loss of J.T. Barrett because their offense just becomes way less explosive than they were with Barrett, and Cardale Jones is just a goofball. That dude tweeted in 2012 that classes are pointless and that we go to school to play football. What are you thinking? What do you have to say about that?
I think it was funny, but you shouldn't really be tweeting that as a fourth-string quarterback. I don't even think he was allowed to play that year. He was redshirted. But
I just find that hilarious. And
he's massive, so I don't think he's going to be getting hurt.
And now we're going to go into our upset picks of last week. And Iowa played Wisconsin very close, but lost 26-24 in my pick.
Notre Dame lost in a close game, 31-28 to Louisville. Really struggled after their loss to Florida State, and I regret picking them.
UCLA beat USC for their third straight win in the rivalry, with Brent Hundley having a big game for the Bruins.
Arizona beat Utah in a game we both predicted correctly.
The Pats beat the Lions in the game we both knew Tom Brady would have his way with the Lions defense, and we both got this game right.
The Seahawks beat the Cardinals to get them closer to the NFC West leaders, with Seattle improving to 20-2 in their last 22 home games.
Arizona had an upset over in-state rival Arizona State, and with the UCLA loss to Stanford, which was the shocking loss, they clinched the Pac-12 South, and they then play Oregon, a team they beat early in the year in the Pac-12 title game. We both didn't see this upset coming.
You can't call Arizona an upset win. They were ranked higher.
Yeah, but Arizona State was a pretty big favorite at 5.5 points.
USC killed Notre Dame, with Cody Kessler having 6 touchdowns in the first 3 quarters. Michael saw this game coming.
Georgia Tech had a shocking upset over Georgia to improve to 10-2 on the year, and they play Florida State in the ACC championship game. We both didn't see the triple option attack of Georgia Tech hurting the Georgia defense, but it did, and we were both wrong.
Ole Miss had a huge upset over Mississippi State in the game that Michael saw the upset coming, but this all eliminates Mississippi State from playoff contention after a great year.
Alabama beat Auburn in the highest-scoring Iron Bowl ever, and the winner of this game has won the national championship in 4 of the last 5 years, something to watch out for.
Arizona won the Maui Invitational with Stanley Johnson having some big games for the Wildcats. In a tournament, we both correctly picked the winner.
Villanova killed VCU in a game Michael saw coming, and then they beat Michigan, so I correctly predicted the winner of that tournament.
Wisconsin was a dominant force in the battle for Atlanta, with many teams like Michael's North Carolina losing early. I knew this coming. I knew Wisconsin wouldn't lose.
And in another tournament, Kansas and Michigan State were in the final for their tournament, which we both had correct, but Michael's Kansas Jayhawks overcame some tough stretches in the game to beat the Spartans in a game that I got right. And the scores are now 83-72 with Michael in the lead.
And we're now going into college basketball, a bunch of big games this week, starting off with Ohio State and Louisville. Who do you got, Mike?
I have Louisville. I think their pressure, the full-court press that they run, and also Montrezl Harrell will get it done. Do you agree with that pick?
Yeah, it's going to be a close game. I think Terry Rozier, Montrezl Harrell have good games. And another game coming up is Virginia and Maryland. Who do you have?
You guys know that I love Virginia. If you've been watching this show for a while, they were my most underrated team, and I definitely have them winning this game because they have one of the best defenses in the country. Max, do you agree with that one as well?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Virginia, too. I don't think Maryland's that great of a team. We also have
Wisconsin plays Duke in a battle of 2 of the best big men in the country, and Frank Kaminsky and Jahlil Okafor. Max, who do you have winning this big battle?
I'm going to go with Wisconsin. It's in Wisconsin, and Wisconsin slows down a lot of teams, using up a lot of the shot clock, and I think Frank Kaminsky and Others helped them beat Duke tonight. What about you?
I doubted Wisconsin at the start of the year, but I think they get a big win versus Duke with Frank Kaminsky having a big game. And the last game we're going to preview is
Arkansas playing
Iowa State, and I'm going to take Iowa State because they still have Georges Niang, and I think they have the offensive firepower to beat a high-pressure attack of Arkansas.
I'm going to agree with you and go with Iowa State.
And that will wrap it up for the 24th episode of Season Tickets. Make sure you come back on Thursday as we recap all the big games in sports.